Hello and welcome to my twin flame journey. I am Shine, and this is going to be I was going to say June, but July reading for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. And be sure to check your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus to get additional messages. Also, keep in mind that these readings are general, which means they are trying to reach many different people. So take what resonates and leave the rest. Also, keep in mind that I may be describing things that you are doing or things that someone else is doing. So, again, switch the energies around if it may and how it may fit to your situation. And if it doesn't fit, then we'll try again next time. If you'd like a personal reading, all the information is below. Um, I decided to switch things up a little different. I was hoping that if I did, I might have to dwindle it down to a 5 card thing because I wanted for the month of July to switch things up to give the signs bi-weekly readings. But I didn't want the readings again to drag out for like an hour. So I said, well, maybe if I give shorter ones, that might be better. But we'll see how quickly this one runs through. I always ask for additional stuff for my viewers because I like to give you more information. But unfortunately, sometimes that takes more time. I also have changed it to where I'm just going to do the traditional Celtic cross. We have the overview for the month, and then we have advice for you here. I will clarify anything if I feel I need to. Also, just to let you know that I always read my cards because there are so many meanings to the cards. And the more information I give you, the more people I may reach because, again, some people may resonate with one part of the meaning. Some people may resonate with the other part of the meaning. So, again, I try to give it as much variables as possible, again, to give messages to more people. And I also wrote out here what the Celtic cross, because I want to kind of also teach you, because it's a great thing to be able to learn how to read tarot for yourself. So you can talk to your guides whenever you want. So my basis for not only reading the cards to give you more messages, but it's also to kind of give you the definitions of the cards. In case you aren't a person who's intuitive or whatever, it's kind of teaching you at the same time. So that's why here at Celtic Cross, I'm sure you've all seen the Celtic Cross, but I'm going to go over with you each position and what that position stands for, because some readers don't do that. So again, this is kind of a teaching thing as well. So I hope you appreciate that. And again, it's great to learn how to read for yourself. So that's I'm hoping I'm giving you a ways to do that. So what we have here is the overview. We have by the book, and we also have success, and we also have soulmate. So we've got 2 of Cups over here. We're definitely dealing with a soulmate situation. And I guess the success of it would depend on you or them, obviously, because it takes 2. Now, let me do this here. By the book, let's see. 11. Essential meanings: abiding by social rules, conformity, respecting cultural or family customs, universal laws. The Oracle's message: the universe works within a structure of divine laws and principles that provides a framework for human experience and evolution. The law of abundance, the law of prayer, the law of karma, the law of attraction, the law of thought, the law of compensation, and the law of nature are only a few that are known. These principles create perfect order and operate with a kind of precision beyond human understanding. Even revolution has its place in universal law. Human beings, in turn, have their own laws and customs that vary from culture to culture and family to family. Laws keep social order and govern behavior, reflecting an instinctive understanding that harmony is important. This is a time to learn these laws and conform to them, rather than being a rebel and flouting them. When this card appears, submit to structure and follow the rules, even if they seem to make no sense. Release resistance, for universal laws will correct any disharmony. Open your eyes to those universal laws, and it will be easier to go by the book at this time. Relationship message: getting along with others entails understanding and respecting who they have become as a result of their environment, culture, and experience. Find the middle ground that allows the relationship to flourish while honoring the individuality of the other person. Play things by the book instead of trying to break the rules or pressure others to conform to the way you want to do them. Like, but you want to do the person. Wait, hold on. Let me read that again. Play things, play things by the book instead of trying to break the rules or pressure others to conform to the way that you want to do them. I guess that's the rules, not the person. Or maybe you want to do the person too. Your connection will deepen as a result. Prosperity message: at this time, you can expect a return on your investment. Whatever you have pursued, be it a dream you've long cherished, a skill you've cultivated, or a service you're called to, will come to you if you are willing to go by the book. You don't need to reinvent the wheel to be successful. Follow in the footsteps of others who have already achieved the things you're striving for. You can learn a lot by observing the structures that are already working. Your creative projects and commitment to prosperity are in alignment with the needs of the world, but impatience may tempt you to cut corners to get there more quickly. Stick with what you know works, and you will attract abundance. Protection message: now is the time for a real change in consciousness, as you are incited to revolt. Challenge the structures that are limiting authentic progress. It is not enough to rebel in small ways. This is a call to revolution. Focus on what you really want to achieve, regardless of whether it feels so far outside the box that the established order may reject it. Genius, invention, and transformation are rarely comfortable and less likely to be accepted by the mainstream. It may be time for you to say no to the way of your group, take a stand, and make real changes. It could be the structure of your inner world is alerting you to the need for a complete overhaul. This is a time for transformation, so let go of the fear of change. Your intuition will lead you through the darkness. There is no turning back now. Trust that light will dawn. Epiphanies will surely lead to miracles. The kids are outside playing. Whenever I hear them playing, I think of that old computer game called Backyard Baseball. My son used to play that, and that's what it sounds like. So every time I hear them play, I reminisce as I've gone off topic. But anyway, just to let you know, hopefully it's not too loud. The sounds of youth. And I don't need to read. Well, I guess I could read. I could read Success. I don't know if I need to read Soulmate. That's kind of self-explanatory, right? Success. Congratulations, you are on the road to success. You needn't have any reservations about your situation, as it's going to work out beautifully. Part of living a successful life is taking care of yourself. It's wonderful to have many things to be grateful for, but make sure you don't wear yourself down by working too hard. Take time to enjoy peace in your life. So far these cards speak about change is here, as we see in the Wheel of Fortune. The new wheel is started already. The new cycles have started. It's time to release what no longer serves us, to pursue our goals, to pursue our dreams, to pursue becoming better within ourselves, having better relationships. It's also about trying to understand or have the perspective that everybody is here on their own journeys. everybody has karma, conditioning, wounding, all kinds of stuff that they're working with. And if we're dealing with a soulmate situation, or especially a twin flame, understand that spiritual perspective of you are indeed both on your own journeys. You have your own karma to work through. Some of it you work through together. But it's kind of having a objective or an observer perspective in regards to why people are the way they are. Trying to find some common ground if you can come together and work together, respect each other's differences, but also, you know, be empowered, have self-love, self-respect, have boundaries. I mean, you can respect people's differences, but don't tolerate shit. Don't tolerate bullshit. Don't get dragged through the mud just because someone's your soulmate. Again, people got to learn lessons. And if they haven't learned, I say keep it moving. But, you know, they're trying to just say that success awaits you in your future. Just keep becoming better. Keep striving for better. Try to find some common ground in regards to, you know, soulmate relationships. And again, this could be friends, family members, or romantic situations. So let us see. This is the first position. The first position represents you and your place in the situation, what you need to realize about your innermost desires. Okay, so that's position 1 in the Celtic cross spread. This is an 11 card Celtic cross spread. It's one extra than what some people do. And you have the 4 of Swords. So this represents you, Pisces. It also represents me because I'm a Pisces. 4 of Swords. So there's a key issue that's dominating your life at this time, a period of rest and recovery, or after a time of challenge, with promise that once you've recovered, healed, etc., you can and will return to face it. I mean, obviously, we're needing to face some situation, most likely with a soulmate from the past who might be trying to come back in. This can also represent, you know, needing to sit back and allow people to show themselves, to not really make any moves or any rash decisions. Again, allowing for new opportunities to happen and allowing things to just kind of unfold as they will. And again, taking kind of the observer perspective, see how things play out. It's, you know, also you need to stop worrying, you know, or also putting down one's defenses, being open to change, being open to new relationships, being open, just being open in general. You know, we're needing to possibly build up our mental strength, you know, meditate, spend your time in spiritual thinking or time of contemplation. So this is either you just taking a rest, maybe just focusing on yourself, trying to see what comes. Some of you may still be trying to heal. But, you know, change is here. Success awaits. You know, so don't lay back too much. And then we have what surrounds you. We have the Hermit in reverse. So this speaks about the conditions surrounding you. If it's a card that's harmonious, it's a supportive atmosphere. If it's negative, it means you're on your own. But this isn't really negative. This is just about you, again, going in to contemplate, looking within. It's also, you know, isolation, loneliness, withdrawing. So again, taking a seat back, resting, healing, trying to still heal from the 3 of Swords here. Also, again, perhaps just sitting back and waiting to see what unfolds. Um, Reflecting on things, again, because it's about introspection, focusing inward, looking for answers, understanding the truth and the wisdom that you seek is within you. Contemplation of motivations, values, and principles, soul searching, journey of self discovery, seeking solitude from others. Some people are trying to take a rest from soulmates. Um, a need to be alone, meditate, contemplate, self reflect, look at your life with a deeper spiritual perspective. Again, seeing the bigger picture, understanding the reason why things happen, you know, getting the lesson that was involved in the situation, applying it. Some of you, again, might be content with being alone. You're just like chilling out, waiting to see what comes your way, being open to change. Um, again, content with being alone or with those that are on your level. It's also about helping others with detachment. It's also about life paths and purpose. So again, we're talking about being detached. Again, I don't say don't be emotionally invested, but take take things slow. But again, allow people to prove themselves. Don't invest, and I think this is about learning discernment, not investing in things unless you know people are invested in you. Um, Again, wanting to just deal with people that you feel you resonate with or that you can grow with, that are on your newfound level. But again, some might be content just being by themselves right now, working on their goals, working on projects that they might be doing. Um, so there is introspection in regards to where our life is going, what do we want to do, what kind of people we want to surround ourselves with. Again, gaining higher perspective because of what we've gone through, gaining that wisdom. But don't unless you like being alone, unless you're an introvert like me. It's like don't be in the woest. Don't isolate yourself, and if you're lonely and sad and all of that, like don't do that. But it says being alone sometimes is great. As I say to spirit all the time, hey, I got no one lying to me. I got no one cheating on me. I got nobody asking me to do anything for them, trying to be their nurse or their maid or their mother or their, so there is a certain peace that comes with being alone or living alone, that if you don't look at it in a negative way of being lonely and all of that, I mean, you can go out and entertain other people, but you can come back to a peaceful house where you can be how you want to be. And this is definitely a blissfulness to being on your own, especially if you were dealing with nothing but lies and drama and cheating and pain and hurt. And it's like, hey, I'd rather be by myself. And then we have here the Ace of Pentacles. This is what hinders you or crosses you, but this is in the reverse. So this is obviously opportunities for new beginnings, something that is grounded, earthly matters, could be financial, could be job wise. Um, Again, maybe we're trying to take some time out to figure out again our directions or what opportunities we may want to take. This is what hinders you is an imbalance that may be preventing you from achieving outcomes in position 7 and 11, which is these two. This is the near future and this is the outcome. So whatever is hindering you here can affect these two positions. This might be what's confusing you or can derail your progress unless you learn whatever lesson is involved here. So I think for some of you, this is about whether it be direction in career, finances, what opportunities that you want to invest in, um, wondering if you should reinvest again in someone from the past, especially because of whatever you've gone through with them and how they've presented themselves. As I've spoken to the masculine many times, how you present yourself, that's the opinion that's going to be formed of you. So if you lied and cheated and treated people as means to an ends, or were abusive in any way, financially abusive, emotionally, mentally, whatever it is, if you were called out on all of that stuff and you refuse to look at yourself, admit to things, the lies that you were caught in, and instead lied to cover up your lies, try to downplay things, sweep things under the rug, anything that wouldn't hold you accountable for any pain that you may have caused or wrong actions that you may have done that were hurtful to someone else or deceptive in any way, that's the opinion that's been formed about you of what kind of person that you are. So as I said to the masculine many times, how you present yourself is going to make a big difference in whether or not somebody's going to want to deal with you again. Because again, no one wants to invest in someone who can set someone on fire, watch them burn, and act like they don't care. Or their pride is more important, wearing that mask, trying to uphold some false image, which has already been shattered. It wasn't going to serve you. So whether you're the masculine, the feminine, Pisces in this situation, there might be some confusion or uncertainty if one wants to re-engage in that situation because if you're the feminine, you see nothing as far as genuine remorse, genuine effort, accountability, anything to make you want to go back to that. Or if you're the masculine and you were behaving that way, you know that. And you know that it's going to be a challenge. And the biggest challenge is basically the ego. Or if you're a full-blown narcissist, you got some psychological stuff that you probably need to go to therapy to work that stuff out. It depends on what you are in this situation, because a narcissist will never apologize unless it serves their need. You'll know what you're dealing with. Just always say you know what you're dealing with. But if this is, fear-based or uncertainty, again, masculines, you've made the bed that you're now lying in. How you approached any kind of talks or how things ended or what went on in that relationship, if you refuse to look at what your role was, admit to those things, and instead of trying to come out like your shit don't stink, as the saying goes, you only shot yourself in the foot, because again, nobody wants to deal with somebody that they don't feel that they can build with, that they can grow with, that has learned lessons, that is willing to change for the better. This is why we're unsure if we want to reinvest in something with somebody, or if somebody will want to reinvest in us, or if we should make some kind of offer, because again, how things were left, how you behaved in the aftermath, or whatever it is. So again, this speaks about, by the book, about seeing different people's perspectives, in a situation, honoring other people's points of view, feelings, etc. Gaining an understanding, knowing this was a soulmate experience, it was a karmic experience. So you can't get back together if you don't discuss the past, because in the past, there was a lesson. And if you don't show that you've learned that lesson, nobody's going to want to invest in you again. So, or again, you're needing to get out of your fear. And, because success awaits you in a situation if you can learn how to get out of your own way. And maybe this is you taking a seat back, contemplating, trying to go within, trying to figure out a way. But again, if pride is keeping you stuck or whatever it is, you're going to lose in the end. But if you're deliberating again on whether or not to deal with somebody who, because we got the King of Wands in reverse here, and this is not a good card. Someone who's manipulative, abusive, player type, could be narcissistic. Again, whether that's full-blown personality disorder, which is something that cannot ever change. That's a lose-lose situation. Or someone who just behaved with serious narcissistic tendencies, but has the ability to self-reflect, hold themselves accountable, and change. They just refuse to. They want to stay in their karma, their wounding, what's been easiest, even though that may be not working out in their best interest. Like I sort of say, know what you're dealing with and know who you are and know what your motives and actions and thoughts are and how that aligns with being a person of integrity. Financial opportunities that might fall through, lost opportunities, a lack of planning and foresight, limited success, a need to realign one's goals. Again, corruption, greed, taking what's not earned, opportunistic, exploiting others. Again, narcissistic tendencies, codependencies, entering into relationships, because of what somebody can provide you financially. You're not really in it for love. You're in it because you're looking for help. It's like, that's why if you're dealing with somebody in the past who was like that, yeah, don't nobody want to deal with that. Not unless somebody shows that they've learned and changed and all of that. And I don't recommend taking anybody back who hasn't shown that. Like I said, a lot of people are wolves in sheep's clothing. A lot of people say whatever they got to say just to get back in there. But you'll know, blinded by obsession for money at the expense of other areas of your life, warns of a risk and a need for planning in career and our finances. So again, people still having money issues, focus on that career. Success awaits you if you apply yourself. Then we have at the root, this is your foundation, fundamental issue. If it's positive, it gives you strength and security to achieve your goal. It can represent what you're used to, the way you were brought up, habitual ways of reacting, etc. Like our conditioning, childhood woundings, fears, what holds us back. This is like the root issue. And this is a strength card in the reverse. So obviously, we don't have the patience. We don't have, nobody wants to deal with the situation. Having doubts too. This is also weakness, self-doubt, lack of self-discipline, setbacks, lacking courage or inner strength, feeling vulnerable or inadequate, lack of self-confidence, need to draw upon your willpower, lack of self-discipline, worried, anxious, or overprotective or insecure. So if you got any of that going on, we're needing to flip the script, as they say, get to the root of the issue of what's keeping us stuck, what's causing this challenge here of the Ace of Pentacles is like, from the universe, opportunities given to you from the universe. You can take them or leave them, but it's up to you. Free will choice. It's about learning again how to get out of our own way. Having strength, having courage, taming the beast, whatever shadow aspects of ourselves that are keeping us either in codependent situations or keeping us not believing in ourselves, keeping us stuck, having lack of discipline, again, applying oneself so that we can make moves, make changes, make things better. You can't complain about something that you don't have if you're not willing to work for it. right? So this is about overcoming that. This is what needs to be overcome. And in the past position, let me get what it says here. This is what's behind you. Whoops. We have the Wheel of Fortune. So as I said, the wheel keeps turning. With or without you, cycles begin and cycles end. And whether you get on board with that and move with the flow of life or you stay stagnant is your choice. But you know, the wheel of change is already begun to roll. And this is the most important. This is the past actions and influences that have brought the things the way that they are now. It can represent people, ideas, and conditions that are passing out of your life. So, again, this is about out with the old, in with the new. This is about karma as well. So, if we're still stuck in our karma or karmic relationships or karmic based behaviors or thinking patterns or belief systems or whatever it is, it's time for that to go. It's time for things to change. Success awaits you. Possible love awaits you. Healing awaits you. Wisdom awaits you. Opportunity awaits you. But you got to get it together. You got to embrace change. And the Wheel of Fortune talks about movement, change, wisdom, pivotal points, growth, success, and expansion, cycles, good times, bad times. The lesson of the wheel is the acceptance of this fact. Bad times provide the contrast and perspective needed in order to recognize how blessed you are in the good times. Don't sit still, but be active in co-creating your life. Look for ways to face and conquer adversity, especially within oneself. External factors influencing matters that are out of your control. Again, karma, the universe, like time waits for no one. If you struggle against the wheel, it will crush you. So go with the flow. Optimism, faith in the universe, luck, prosperity, and optimism. And then what crowns you is the Fool in the reverse. So again, people not having the strength, people don't want having the courage, people don't want to take risks, even though new opportunities await, good fortune awaits, but people are unsure of what direction they want to take, if they want to accept any offers, if they want to make any offers. But this is the spiritual goal that you must work towards to attain what you desire. It's the flag you should carry towards your goal. So this is what you should be aspiring to. So basically, this is to not fear taking leaps of faith, to not fear new beginnings, because we are at a new beginning. We're in a new cycle now. The Fool in Reverse talks about naivete, foolishness, risk-taking, and restlessness. Total disregard for the consequences of your actions, living in the moment instead of planning ahead, reckless acting the fool. Disregard for others as you find yourself, cautions of being taken advantage of, a need for due diligence, a need to prepare for challenges, do research, make the right choice, a want to feel confident, especially in our work. So if we're needing to go back to school, if we're needing to brush up on some skills, whatever it is that may help us in the financial areas of our lives and the career aspects, we're needing to get on that. Also in regards to dealing with anybody from the past. Again, if you were dealing with somebody who was lying and deceptive and all of these things and they're coming back around, again, know what you're dealing with. Don't be a fool. Fool me once, fool me twice. No, don't be a fool. Use discernment. Go within, contemplate, embrace new opportunities with new people if need be. But again, this is about uncertainty and unsure of where something is heading, insecurity, fear, whether that's again in relationships or career or both or whatever it is. So that's why we're needing to do some reflecting on what it is that we want, why do we want it, and what do we need to do to go about getting it. in any area of our life. Um, you know, so this could be warning you again. Soulmates may be coming back, but don't be a fool. Don't accept less than you deserve. Follow your intuition, go within, use the wisdom from the past. Also, too, allow people to show themselves. Don't take what someone says at face value, give it time. Actions, words, consistency. Again, kind of just sit back and let them talk, let them reveal themselves. Oh, I forgot to show you here, too, that the bottom of the deck was the Page of Swords. What the hell? Somebody's excited. Page of Swords is all about getting information, getting the facts, seeking the truth. So again, gathering information. Don't take something at face value. Get to the truth of a situation, and that may help you to figure out what to do. I forgot to mention that was there. And then we have what's before you. As I said, we got the King of Wands in the reverse. This could either be you or somebody that you're dealing with, because this is a court card, so it represents a person. This is the conditions you can expect to encounter in the near future. This is supposed to be for the month of July. So, based on if this is you not making any moves, not making any offers, being fearful, this is about, and the upright, he's a natural born leader. He has vision, an entrepreneur, someone who's honorable, passionate, who goes after what they want. So again, if we're just sitting here doing nothing, not taking any leaps of faith, not embracing new opportunities for things, then we're not doing much of nothing. We're not manifesting. But this also stands for, again, negative behaviors, rash, hasty, impulsive decisions, dominating person, pushy, overbearing, controlling. Might not realize the line between being assertive and aggressive, someone who could be selfish, ruthless, manipulative, uses others as a means to an end. I think we talked about that here. Using people for financial reasons, being in relationships again because somebody's, paying the rent, paying for the food, and we're just sitting around and we don't have to do nothing. We're being lazy within ourselves. We're not manifesting. We're not being a co-creator in our life. We're just in vacation mode or using people. If this is, which is what a lot of masculines were doing. But this is also a rival, an unscrupulous opponent. I can't get the word out. In love, someone who could wreak emotional havoc. Again, this is why we don't know if we want to deal with somebody who could wreak emotional havoc, who has been selfish, manipulative, who perhaps used you in the past for financial reasons. Again, what you were providing. So again, know what you're dealing with. Someone who's only suited for limited liaisons, holiday romance, brief, passionate encounters, one-night stands, player types, people that, aren't commitment material. As far as the aspects of the self, again, it's about setting expectations too high, might feel like a failure, and need to set more realistic goals. Can't please everyone and do everything. It's a need also to be lenient or cut out those people that might be holding us back. So again, not all soulmate relationships are life partnerships. And if you feel like somebody is holding you back and who's not showing any growth potential, not showing any accountability, is really shitty at communication and maturity, keep it moving. Ain't much to contemplate, if you ask me. Be open again to someone new. But again, And then we have, this is how to present yourself, how you should conduct yourself to achieve your goal. Do so knowing full well there is a risk that others may they misrepresent your actions, especially if this is different from what is in this position, which is position 9. This is how others see you. We'll get to that card. But this is how you should present yourself. And we got to hear the High Priestess. This is about, using your intuition, getting in touch with your higher self. Again, going within, getting the wisdom, trying to figure out your path. Again, who you want to have in your life, who you're done with, what aspects of the self need to go, what might be holding us back in regards to pursuing what we want in regards to any area in our life. This is also, again, about using your intuition in regards to any people that might be trying to roll back in. It's about wisdom, serenity, understanding, knowledge. It's the veil of awareness, spiritual enlightenment, divine knowledge, inner illumination. Also, it says, teach us not to control others. We mentioned here about people are who they are based on, their karma, their conditioning. And again, we can't change people. It's hard enough to change yourself. We got to allow people to find their own light. They got to go through their own lessons. They have to grow in their own time. And if you're not matching, keep it moving. Maybe they can meet you down the line. But it's not trying to control outcomes, people, situations, to make them into what we would like or what we want at the time. Because again, some people will never get it together. Some people will never change. But some people might have to hit rock bottom before they really learn and change. And we have to allow that to happen. If you're a male or the masculine, it's learning, needing to learn your female side or the feminine side, or you will fail to grow. This is about, again, the feminine aspect deals more with nurturing, loving, compassionate, being open and receptive to love. And a lot of masculines have been pushing away love out of fear of it. Again, entering into relationships where they didn't have to be fully there. They're just getting the benefits, but they're not emotionally invested in the sense that if it ended, that they would really be broken by it. For some, it might be just more of convenience and companionship than genuine love. If you're the masculine, you're needing to trust yourself in regards to letting go of those fears and expressing how you feel if you genuinely feel something. If you're looking to come back to just mooch and be the same as whatever, keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? I think I speak for anybody who is dealing with anybody who's shady. If you come correct or don't come at all, But if it's fear again holding you back, staying in our manipulative ways, again treating people as means to an end, staying stuck in codependent situations just because it's easy breezy. Needs are being met without us having to bust our ass and hustle and work and do whatever it is to become self-sufficient. Hey, it's like life is a vacation, right? But we need to get out of that. It's time to co-create. Time to get it moving for everybody. Now, this is how others see you. We have the Justice in the reverse. So, this is how to present yourself. I was going to say, I knew I wrote some more. What the hell? How others see you represents how people important to your situation see you relative to the situation. May be different, again, from this position. Can be positive or negative, depending on what you're trying to accomplish. Well, some people see a situation where they were treated unfairly. So again, not sure if they want to reinvest in something with somebody where they were manipulated, lied to, cheated on, used, and left. Um, they don't see things working out in their favor, especially if they have not seen growth potential, change, accountability, honesty. Like the lion gotta fucking go. Because I tell you, nobody wants to deal with a liar. And keeping on masks to try to make it seem like you didn't do what you did, even though the person knows that you did. Who are you fooling? You ain't fooling nobody. You're trying to, maybe people love believing their own lies. I don't know. To make it seem like I'm not that bad of a person. Well, you know, for some of you, you might have been, um, or you definitely were dealing with somebody who was like that. This is about unfairness, lack of accountability, again, dishonesty. So this is how other people see you. So again, if you're the liar and the manipulator, this is how other people see you. Someone who doesn't hold themselves accountable, someone who's unfair and unjust and dishonest. This is also about dishonesty to self and others, unwillingness to understand the deeper meaning of why an event has occurred, missing an opportunity for greater understanding of yourself and life. Again, downplaying things, sweeping things under the rug, not holding ourselves accountable, refusing to look in the mirror at our actions and why we've gotten to the point that we have in our lives. How do we treat other people? Do we leave them broken and discard them? Are we treating people as means to an end? Again, there's a need for self-reflection if you were the I'm gonna say the asshole in the scenario. But basically, now again, this is also about it takes two to tango, realizing again what each person's role is and holding ourselves accountable even for the choices we made. Because again, we saw the crack way before we saw the ash. So how long we stay in a situation with somebody who's like that, we can't fully blame them for that, right? It's about awareness so that we don't repeat things. But don't let that keep you stuck and keep you in fear mode, thinking that everybody's the same. But definitely learn the lesson and apply it with anybody that you encounter. Past people, future people, you went through something to teach you something about yourself, and that was based in self-love, self-respect, and having boundaries, healthy boundaries. Never love someone else more than you love yourself. Never allow someone to treat you like shit and call that love. That's not love. Know your worth. How you let other people treat you is what you'll get. So this is how others see you. So people might see, again, if the liar, cheater, manipulator shot himself in the foot, they may not see you as somebody that they can work things out with, because again, they feel like they've dug a hole that they can't get out of. um, Again, not holding oneself accountable, trying to dodge the bullet and blame others for your mistakes, and need to take responsibility. You are where you are due to your own choices. Whatever it takes to get out of the situation is fair according to karma and justice. A need to release judgments of self and other things. Again, we live and learn. Don't beat yourself up. Just apply it. Forgive yourself, for not knowing better, or for staying in situations way past their expiration date. Might need to be more flexible, but also just. So if you got somebody coming back and they are genuine, not just a smooth talker who went and discovered the grass wasn't greener on the other side and is now trying to like come back in this way, but trying to avoid discussing the past and what their actions were, not showing you anything that they've changed. Like I said, don't even deal with that. But if you have somebody coming in, again, allow them to show themselves and have a fair and just outcome, win-win. Unfair outcome, failing to see the truth and needing a balanced view. So this is how others see you. So You know what I'm saying? And then we have here hopes and fears. We have the Knight of Swords. Hopes and fears represents a deep-seated fear of which you may not be aware of. It also can represent your hopes and fears about the way your life may change if you attain your goal. Fear can prevent you from having what you desire. Reason for this card being a dual meaning. So, and again, fears holding us back, lack of courage, lack in belief in ourselves, missing new opportunities. Um, we might fear somebody that's coming rushing in out of nowhere. Because Knight of Swords is charging forward, rushing in without any regard to the dangers one may encounter. So blinded by desire to manifest an idea, failing to see the difficulties or consequences of our actions. An energy that needs to be balanced with a realization of responsibility and compassion. A strong intent to succeed or win. The positive aspects, it shows great determination, ambition, and strength to succeed, no matter what. On the negative side, again, it's blind haste, lacking foresight or preparation. May need to understand the needs of others as one pursues their own goals. It's about new projects and ideas, inspiration, quick to take action, rushing to cut corners. I think I mentioned something about here about cutting corners, or that was by the book. Don't cut corners. Don't rush into anything. Again, allow something to unfold naturally, but be open, to change. Um, Thinking if you rush into something, you may suffer in the long term. And again, you will if you just take somebody back and not have those conversations about the past. To know, again, to have a clean slate, to have an understanding of where people fucked up, what people need to change, what are they willing to do, again, you need to have some information before you make any decisions, basically. You haven't been talking to somebody or things have been, don't I fear rushing too. Or this is again fearing taking action. But again, because we're lacking the courage or the strength or the belief in ourselves or whatever it is, and that could be again career wise, relationship wise, life wise, again, how our life will change if we make this choice or make the other choice. Now, and the last place here, as far as the outcome, we have the Two of Cups in the reverse. So again, this is because of this, is because of this. So, fear or just not want to deal with somebody who was, as we've been describing, like I said, some people are done, they're over it, they're moving forward. Or, again, unsure if they want to re-enter into this situation. Or, again, if you were the liar, the manipulator, and you've kind of been still acting like an ass, you're unsure if anybody's going to even want you back. Or if you should make any offers, because, again, you fear being rejected. But, again, you made that bed. You chose the choices that you've made. What things that you've said, the things that you did. Again, we are where we are because of what we've done. So in order to get us out or to get us into a new whatever, we have to change. We have to be willing to change. We have to be courageous enough to change. Because the Two of Cups, if we're talking even just about within the self, this is an imbalance within the self. This is also a breakup or an imbalance in a relationship, lack of harmony, struggling to form new partnerships or relationships, reluctant to open up due to a lack of trust. Again, who can blame you? That's why I say honesty, honesty, honesty. If you want any kind of chance, you got to be willing to swallow that pride and say what needs to be said to clear the air, to give somebody a different perspective of who you are, because the perspective that they have is based on their experience with you. You want someone's perspective of you to change, then you got to change. You know what I'm saying? But do it for yourself. Because for any other reason, that's just temporary. That's just, again, a means to an end, trying to get back in. It's consistent everyday effort, and it's only for your highest and best anyway. And that's also including allowing someone back in. Make sure that they're consistently working on themselves, that there is growth potential. Um, and also, some of you, again, might be isolated because of whatever happened in the past, might be fearing dealing with relationships again. A soulmate may be on the horizon, because things have changed. So take your time, be open. Um, Fear of expressing one's feelings, resulting in a disconnect from those around you. Again, fear of making offers because, well, we've been an asshole if you're the masculine. Um, Break up from those around you, guarded or constrained. Break up, lack of harmony within a relationship or a partnership, not seeing eye to eye. Trouble with being honest with each other. Broken flow of communication. Lack of mutual respect and understanding. This speaks again about this too, about seeing things from both people's perspectives and kind of honoring their feelings, their perspective. Partner that thinks he or she is better than you, or their opinion matters more. This is somebody who's refusing to, again, see your point of view and thinking it's their way or the highway, or only their perspective is right, and that's not true. So as the saying goes, get it together or leave it alone. You know what I'm saying? So I hope that kind of gave you some knowledge on how to read a Celtic cross spread, and how to decipher the different meanings. And advice for you, we have the Metal King: discipline, armor, boundaries. Remember I talked about boundaries? Gaia's garden: fruition, abundance, reaping what you sow. I guess is careful of where you plant your seeds, or again, facing the consequences of our actions. You reap what you sow. Having discipline, as we spoke of here, being courageous, being a co-creator in your life, become disciplined in your daily routines, working towards goals, working towards self-improvement. And then we have the eyes of beauty: positive expectations and clarity. This is about, thinking positive. Thinking positive. Release whatever stuff might be leaving dark clouds over your heads. Clarity, wisdom, all that good stuff. And as I've attempted to make these readings shorter, to do them twice a month, that hasn't happened. I'll have to dwindle down the mid-month. That's what I'll do. This is kind of the whole month, and in the mid-month, I'll make that much shorter. We'll figure it out. They never are short. Metal King. The Metal King is strong and arrives to lend you his impenetrable shield of protection. No matter who sends you criticism or jealousy, you will not be hurt. This ally also prompts you to think about setting healthy boundaries. When you do, no matter how uncomfortable that task may be, everyone will benefit. He asks you to make sure you know where you end and another begins. Others' emotions are not yours, no matter how empathetic you may be. Again, we can't heal somebody, they have to heal themselves. You can't fix nobody, they have to fix themselves. You know what I'm saying? Another of the Metal King's messages is to remind you how important it is to have a healthy sense of self-esteem. Again, know your worth. Never settle for less. It's a good time to shine and be proud of what you have accomplished, because if you have learned a lesson, you have achieved a spiritual victory. Be proud of yourself. Yeah, it sucked. Yeah, it was painful. But you cut through the bullshit. Now you have boundaries. Now you won't let yourself be lied to or taken advantage of. Now you won't stay in situations that are toxic and call that love. Because if you're not being shown love, you're not loving yourself by allowing someone to treat you like shit, then that's not a good situation. So be proud of the fact that you've overcome, you've learned, you've grown, and better things await you if you get it going. And we have 18. And this is also about respecting other people's boundaries. If you're a person who mooches, who takes advantage, who whatever, understand that you're not supposed to be like that. Get your shit together, as they say. 18, Gaia's Garden. In Gaia's Garden, you have everything you need to make your dreams come true. There is no shortage of anything, and you're constantly reminded of the law of supply. Gaia is the infinite spirit manifest in all tangible things. She represents the abundance of nature. When she comes to you as your ally, she invites you to partake of all the blessings of life. There will always be enough for everyone. Success comes to you from the fruits of your intentions, and all is well with the world as a result. This is also a sign to remind you to give thanks and maintain an attitude of humility and gratitude as your greatest good now manifests for you, success. Gaia's gifts are sweeter when you share them with others. So, be open to new people, new experiences. Don't be a hermit, unless you like being a hermit. I like being a hermit. I got to protect my energy. I'm definitely more discerning in regards to who I allow in my space. Don't need any emotional vampires. You know what I'm saying? And then we got 25. The eyes of beauty. When the eyes of beauty show up as your ally, they require. There's the darn beeping. They require you to examine your perceptions. Do you see the world as perfect and beautiful? Can you retrace your steps from your past to now and see the perfection in the way reality has been created? Truly, perception is everything. A glass half empty is the same as a glass half full, yet so different according to how it's perceived. The eyes of beauty remind you that if you move forward with conviction, all is well now and always will be. Well, I don't know about that. It's not like there'll never be problems, but they try to make it sound really positive. You will see true prosperity as a result. Expect to see beauty, and you will attract your highest good. So again, try to think the best, not the worst, basically. As we have here, visualize success. See yourself doing well in this situation. Have faith in a positive outcome. This is about believing in yourself. First and foremost, this journey is about you, your growth, your development, your victories, your failures, your lessons learned, your karma shedded, and these soulmates or the people you encounter or the challenges you encounter. It's all part of school, classes you sign up for, tests that you need to take. Some tests you'll be retested on, which it might be a situation here. The universe will send you something again to test to see if you've learned, whether it's with the same person or a new person. So again, be wise, be discerning, love yourself, believe in yourself, have goals that you're working towards, visualize success in all areas of your life. And then we have heart chakra. The answer you seek is in your heart right now. Be open to giving and receiving love. So again, this is trying to not be fearful, but to be open, even in regards to new people, new experiences. Don't let one bad apple spoil the bunch. Or again, they might have a bad apple that's trying to come back looking like a new apple. And they might be saying, be open to that, but have boundaries, because we don't know how much people have really changed. So again, it's up to you. It's always a choice. It's the Ace of Pentacles is always a choice. Then we got workshops and seminars. Attending and giving speeches is part of your spiritual path and purpose. Be open to teaching and learning. Now, whether this is something that you might be doing in your career, this might be a hint for you, or this might be also a hint where you might meet somebody. Attending workshops and seminars, again, being around people that are you feel like are on your same spiritual wavelength, that share common goals, common interests, that are working on themselves. Again, maybe attending these things, you might meet someone, or even just having friends, getting out and socializing, learning things about yourself, about spirituality, growth, empowerment. Um, Also, this is about teaching and learning. Why is there so much damn noise? It's also, this is the busiest back street I've ever heard. Be open to teaching and learning. Again, just as about just experiences in life. You know, soulmate relationships, you're both teacher and student to each other. So it's about, you know, teaching and learning, just the experience in general. Or that might be the universe saying just about your life and whatever you go through. It's all about teaching and learning. And then we have separation, time apart from your partners on the horizon. So, some of you may be separating from people. You might be ending something. Some masculines were ending something and looking to go back. So, again, this could be symbolizing that fact. Knowing that things have to change, afraid of making moves because we're dependent on somebody financially right now, but when we're not sure if somebody will take us back, or you're dealing with somebody that you're aware of that situation, you know, could be third party situations. So there might be still some separation time here, or this is also, you know, when you are separated, you know, the angels are working with you and the other person to try to help you both to come to your healing and awareness and growth, so that, you know, if you come back together, you can be two better people, um, and give it another whirl. Or again, you might be leaving somebody, and that symbolizes that you fear rushing in or taking action to go back to someone else because you feel. Justice reverse is also divorce, could be divorce. Some people could be getting divorced, um, leaving situations. But that is that card. And then we have you deserve love. You are lovable. This is about loving yourself enough to work on yourself, to work on relationships that you want to work on and mend. Um, you know, to have an opportunity for love to grow again, or to be pursuing love. Because the universe says you deserve love. So you have to believe that so that you can achieve it. So you believe it, achieve it. And flirt. Extend your lighthearted energy to others. In engagement, your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. Some here, this also speaks of marriages, engagements, commitments. Some people might be wanting to offer marriage. Um, so some people, they might be saying, hey, make your offer. But again, or just in regardless, going through an experience, living, learning, growing, you are ascending to a higher level of being, and so will your relationships. So there's an opportunity for one to, if you can find common ground and come together. And then we have children. Your love life's being affected by children. Again, childhood wounds, fears, lack of belief in ourselves, discouragement, you know, because the strength card is also a soulmate card. It's also about taming the beast, and the beast being the devil energy, the karmic stuff, the wounding, the stuff that got to go, you know. So this again could be whatever issues that we're needing to deal with, so we can heal before we deal. This is also talks about, you know, new beginnings, you know, new beginnings, engagements. Um, I always take that more than representing actual children, but it can if you have children with this person. And then we have calling in your soulmate. Your prayers, affirmations, visualizations help bring you together. Romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. Let go of control issues. Allow the situation to unfold naturally. I think I mentioned that. No, don't be in fear mode. Don't be trying to be, you know, prideful and controlling, trying to control how other people perceive you. Because I tell you now, if you're the masculine, you're already in a negative light. And the only way to get yourself out of that is to be truthful and to be honest and to be accountable and show some efforts. Otherwise, try to hold out that mask and pretend that you're not who you've been. You're only fooling your damn self. You know what I'm saying? And then we got wedding. The situation involves marriage. As I mentioned here, we got justice card, we got engagement, and then we have wedding. This also speaks about commitments of any kind, soul contract commitments. It could come to be marriage. Again, some people might want it, but again, you got to get out of your own way. You got to drop your pride. You got to whatever. Or again, people might be ending marriages and wanting to marry somebody else now. So people be jumping from relationship to relationship, married and getting divorced 20, 40 times. It's like, geez. Hey, let's say I love you. And then we have love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. Again, don't let nobody dim your shine. Don't let nobody come in and walk all over you. Have boundaries. Love yourself enough to change your ways if you've been a person who's trespassed against boundaries and treated people as means to an ends and sitting around not doing nothing. This is just about loving yourself enough to invest in yourself and to protect yourself from anybody who would do you harm. And blessings. Today I count my blessings, small and large. I know it's the new gifts that come to me from God. And then we have Father. My true Father is God in heaven, who shines his healing light upon me, my birth father, and our relationship again. A lot of feminines had father issues. A lot of masculines had mother issues. Feeling that lack of love and acknowledgement from one of the parents, and therefore pursued people that would give us more of that. It's all, again, childhood wounding. So for some, this soulmate situation, twin flame situation, really ripped open that wound of rejection, abandonment, not being loved, not feeling worthy, because we allowed someone to make us feel that way. But this is also, again, if we have self-love, self-respect, and boundaries, then we won't have to face any of that stuff. But this is all part of the lesson. And this is also about not letting one bad apple spoil the bunch. You've grown now. You're wiser now. Don't try to still have this be an issue, where, again, you're afraid of love or chasing the wrong types. Unavailable types, emotionally unavailable types, manipulative types, abusive types. Again, it's healing that wound and knowing that God is your true Father. This is all an illusion. This is a movie that's playing. You're a character in a movie. You descended down here to have a human experience, and these are the characters in the play. Never lose sight of that. Home. I trust and follow my divine guidance about my home. This, again, is about even your journey back home to God. Your soul's journey. The karma, the reincarnations, the evolution of the soul. It's all to lead you home. This is also in regards to your home life. Don't let anybody come in disturbing your peace. You know what I'm saying? And then we have truth. I am lovingly honest with myself and others. Or this is also about like what feels like home to you. Sometimes it's a person. And again, if you're needing to get out of your own way, if you're needing to come clean, if you're needing to apologize, if you're needing to work and change and put in efforts, do that for yourself. Love yourself first. Go to what feels like home to you. Truth. This is either somebody needing to speak a truth or to have a person who has integrity and who's honest. And this is just about being honest with ourselves. What do we want? Why do we want it? What do we got to do to go get it? It's about living your truth, speaking your truth, accepting nothing but the truth. And tenderness. I am both gentle and powerful. So again, you can stand in your power but still be open. But if the claws got to come out, so be it. And then present moment. I am fully present in the here and now. Try to be in the present moment. Past is gone. Future hasn't come yet. Boundaries. Here we go. I am clear and honest with myself, with others about my expectations. Again, standards, morals, values, what you'll accept, what you won't accept, and you certainly shouldn't be accepting what you accepted in the past because it's unacceptable. Having boundaries, it's only to protect you, but not so much so that you build up, a fortress where you don't let anybody in. But have boundaries and grace and respect other people's boundaries. Don't be a mooch. Don't be coming in to use people. You know, grace, I am filled with the same beauty, poise, and divine perfection as all of us. Handle it all in grace. Life sucks sometimes, but you gotta, pull your big boy or big girl pants up and keep pushing forward. Find your strength. Find your enthusiasm. Find your passions in life, And on that note, an hour and 16 minutes later, I send you love and light. I wish you healing and luck in regards to this and anything else you might be going through. Please like, subscribe, and share. Leave comments because, again, that helps to promote the channel, helps to reach more people, and that's why I'm here, to help those who may need some help. And we all need some help, right? So take care. Until next time, bye-bye.